Have you ever wondered why some people seem to draw wealth, opportunity, and success toward them as if by an invisible magnet, while others push it away without even knowing it? The difference lies not in luck but in what I call the aura, the invisible field of energy shaped by our thoughts, habits, and character. This is Earl Nightingale. We live in a world of invisible forces, forces more powerful than electricity, gravity, or magnetism. These forces shape our lives, our fortunes, and our futures, and one of the greatest of these forces is the energy we carry within us, what some call our aura. Your aura is not mystical, it is practical. It is the invisible expression of your thoughts, your attitudes, and your habits. People can sense it, opportunities can sense it. Wealth in its own way can sense it too. And like a magnet, your aura either attracts or repels. Here is a timeless truth: we attract not what we want, but what we are. That is why men and women who seek wealth desperately often fail to find it. Their aura is filled with lack, fear, and doubt, and these qualities repel abundance. But those who train their aura, who cultivate confidence, discipline, gratitude, and purpose, find that opportunities seem to arrive uninvited. Money flows toward them, not away. So how does one train the aura? First, control your thoughts. Guard them as you would guard gold, for they are the seeds of your aura. Every thought of fear, envy, or doubt clouds your energy. Every thought of courage, service, and gratitude strengthens it. Second, cultivate gratitude. Gratitude polishes the aura like sunlight through glass. A grateful man or woman radiates an energy that cannot be ignored, and wealth, like all good things, responds to it. Third, discipline yourself. Wealth is not drawn to chaos. It is drawn to order, reliability, and consistency. Each time you honor your commitments, keep your word, and complete what you begin, you strengthen the magnetic field of your aura. Fourth, choose your environment wisely. The people you spend time with are mirrors, amplifying or weakening your energy. Surround yourself with those who inspire, not those who drain. Finally, serve others. Paradoxically, the aura becomes strongest when it is used for good. When you solve problems, create value, and make life better for others, your aura glows brighter, and wealth cannot resist entering such a field. My friends, wealth is not hard. It is natural. It is the byproduct of energy properly trained. Those who struggle for it often fail because they are pushing against it instead of becoming the kind of person it is drawn toward. Your aura is the reflection of your inner thoughts, the invisible energy that extends beyond your physical presence and communicates more than words ever could. Every idea you entertain, every belief you hold, every emotion you nurture becomes part of the field that surrounds you. People feel it when you enter a room, just as they sense the warmth of the sun without ever touching it. Thoughts of confidence, peace, and gratitude create an aura that radiates strength and attracts opportunity, while thoughts of fear, doubt, or resentment cast a shadow that pushes away the very things you desire. In truth, your aura is a mirror of your mental state, silently revealing whether you live in abundance or lack. Consider how quickly you can sense the energy of another person. Without speaking, you can tell when someone is anxious, bitter, or envious, and just as easily you can feel when someone is calm, centered, and optimistic. That perception is not imagination but sensitivity to their aura. In the same way, others sense yours. Employers, clients, friends, and even strangers are drawn or repelled, not by what you say, but by what your energy declares about you. The quality of your aura is determined by the quality of your dominant thoughts, which means you hold in your hands the power to train and transform it. When you fill your mind with uplifting ideas and empowering beliefs, your aura becomes like a magnet. A person who walks with purpose, who believes deeply in their capacity to succeed, projects an energy that inspires confidence in others. This is why some people seem to attract opportunities effortlessly. They have trained their thoughts so consistently that their aura communicates success even before they speak. On the other hand, a person consumed by worry or self-doubt emits a field that signals uncertainty, and opportunity rarely enters uncertain hands. Life, in many ways, responds not to what we wish for but to the state we embody. The aura thrives on clarity. When your thoughts are scattered, your energy weakens, but when your vision is clear and your mind is disciplined, your aura strengthens and extends farther. This explains why great leaders and visionaries influence others without force. Their aura carries the weight of conviction. To cultivate such strength, begin with simple disciplines. Control your inner dialogue, practice gratitude, and envision the life you wish to create. Each positive thought strengthens the field around you, while each negative one depletes it. Just as a garden reflects the care given to it, your aura reflects the thoughts you plant and nurture daily. The most profound truth is that your aura is not fixed. It evolves as your thoughts evolve. Change your mental habits, and you change the very energy you broadcast into the world. With time and consistency, your aura becomes a radiant field of attraction, silently calling to wealth, opportunity, and success, because what you carry within inevitably shapes what you receive. Without wealth is not pursued. It is attracted because money, success, and opportunity respond to the person you become rather than the intensity with which you chase them. Many people spend their lives running after wealth as though it were a prize hidden somewhere outside of themselves, when in truth, it is something drawn into their orbit by the quality of their mindset, habits, and energy. The harder one chases without transforming within, the more elusive wealth becomes, because pursuit born of desperation or fear carries an aura of lack. On the other hand, when a person develops clarity of thought, a vision of purpose, and the discipline to act consistently, wealth begins to arrive almost effortlessly, not because of luck, but because like is drawn to like. Consider the way a magnet functions. It does not run around the table, chasing nails or bits of metal. It simply is what it is, and by its very nature it pulls objects into its field. So it is with wealth. Those who embody discipline, gratitude, service, and persistence become like magnets. Their thoughts and actions align with abundance, and opportunities find them naturally. In contrast, those who obsess over quick gains without strengthening their character repel the very prosperity they seek, much like pushing away metal by reversing a magnet's polarity. The truth is that wealth flows toward order, vision, and value, and it flows away from confusion, fear, and greed. To attract wealth, one must first cultivate the inner conditions that wealth responds to. Thoughts of confidence, creative ideas, and purposeful goals build an atmosphere that draws resources and opportunities. A business built on genuine service does not need to chase customers. Customers are attracted by the aura of trust and value. An individual who radiates gratitude and composure does not beg for opportunities. Opportunities are offered because people are drawn to work with them. The greatest fortunes in history were not created by frantic pursuit, but by men and women who dedicated themselves to mastery, vision, and contribution, and wealth followed as a natural result. When you focus only on pursuit, you communicate lack, and life mirrors that back. When you shift to attraction by becoming the kind of person who deserves wealth, the dynamic changes. Attraction is rooted in self-mastery, discipline over thoughts, control over emotions, and consistency in action. Every positive habit is like polishing the magnet of your being, strengthening its pull. Every act of procrastination, doubt, or resentment weakens it. The person who steadily improves, who learns, who gives value, who works with integrity, becomes someone wealth cannot ignore. Wealth is not pursued. It is attracted, because it is not an external chase but an internal alignment. When you raise your standards, when you sharpen your skills, when you fill your mind with possibility and your days with disciplined action, you create a force that draws prosperity to you. Wealth gravitates to those who have become its rightful home, not because they chase it, but because they embody the very qualities it seeks. Confidence and clarity radiate prosperity, because they create an energy that others can sense and respond to long before a word is spoken. A person who carries themselves with confidence communicates trust, strength, and capability without needing to boast, and one who lives with clarity of vision shows the world they know where they are going and why. These two qualities together form an aura that attracts opportunity, resources, and support, because people are naturally drawn to leaders who believe in themselves and have a clear direction. Prosperity, in its essence, is a reflection of how well one has aligned inner certainty with outer purpose, and confidence and clarity are the guiding lights of that alignment. Confidence is not arrogance. It is the quiet assurance that you are capable of learning, adapting, and succeeding no matter the circumstances. It is born from preparation, discipline, and experience. When you stand tall in the face of challenges, when you move forward despite uncertainty, you signal to the world that you are ready to handle responsibility. Opportunities flow toward those who are prepared to receive them, and confidence is the magnetic force that makes others believe you are worthy of trust. Without confidence, even the most skilled individual struggles to advance, because hesitation creates doubt not only in the self but also in everyone watching. With confidence, even a simple idea gains strength, because people believe in the person who presents it. Clarity is equally powerful. A clear mind cuts through the fog of indecision, making each step purposeful. A person with clarity knows their goals, understands their values, and makes decisions that align with their vision. Clarity eliminates wasted energy, because energy that is scattered achieves little, while energy that is focused achieves much. When you speak and act with clarity, others recognize direction and purpose, and they want to be part of it. Investors support leaders with clear plans, employees follow those with clear missions, and customers buy from businesses with clear value. Clarity is the compass of prosperity, ensuring that effort is not wasted and that progress is continuous. Together, confidence and clarity form a powerful combination. Confidence without clarity is energy without direction, while clarity without confidence is vision without execution. But when both are present, they radiate prosperity like sunlight breaking through clouds. You become someone others believe in, not just because of what you say, but because of what they feel in your presence. This inner radiance attracts collaboration, inspires trust, and opens doors that effort alone could never unlock. It creates an aura where prosperity thrives, because prosperity is not only money. It is influence, respect, fulfillment, and growth. The more you cultivate confidence through preparation and action, and the more you sharpen clarity through reflection and vision, the brighter your energy shines. People are drawn to light, and prosperity follows those who radiate it. Confidence and clarity together create an undeniable force, signaling to the world that you are ready to lead, ready to serve, and ready to prosper. Gratitude strengthens your aura's magnetic field because it shifts your entire state of being into harmony with abundance rather than lack. When you live with gratitude, you tune your thoughts and emotions to recognize what is already good, valuable, and present in your life. This inner recognition radiates outward, and others feel it as warmth, trust, and openness. Just as a magnet grows stronger when it is aligned with the natural field around it, your aura grows stronger when your thoughts align with appreciation. Gratitude is not simply saying thank you. It is an attitude of acknowledgement, a way of seeing life that amplifies the energy you project and draws more reasons to be grateful into your experience. A grateful mind is a powerful mind because it cannot dwell on fear and resentment at the same time. When you choose to focus on what is right, what is working, and what you already possess, you create an energy of sufficiency that tells the world you are ready to receive more. Wealth and opportunity are attracted to those who live in a state of readiness and appreciation. People enjoy being around those who uplift them, and gratitude naturally uplifts. A person who practices gratitude regularly radiates calm confidence, which strengthens their aura and makes others trust and support them. Gratitude builds bridges, deepens relationships, and creates an invisible field of attraction that extends far beyond what can be seen. Gratitude also refines perspective. When challenges arise, a grateful person does not collapse under the weight of difficulty, but instead sees lessons, growth, and hidden blessings. This attitude radiates resilience, and resilience is magnetic because it inspires others. People admire and follow those who can maintain perspective in storms, and prosperity follows resilience as surely as the harvest follows the planting. Gratitude teaches you to focus on the seeds of opportunity in every circumstance, and that focus strengthens your aura until it becomes a beacon for success beyond personal growth. Gratitude changes how you interact with others. A grateful leader acknowledges the contributions of their team, and in return loyalty and effort increase. A grateful business owner values customers, and customers return with trust and referrals. A grateful friend or partner radiates love and stability, deepening bonds that support prosperity. Gratitude sends out an energy of abundance, and abundance responds in kind. Just as negativity repels, gratitude attracts, because it communicates to the universe and to people alike that you recognize value and are prepared for more. Practicing gratitude daily magnifies its effect. Simple habits, such as writing down 3 things you are thankful for, pausing to appreciate small details, or expressing thanks to others all contribute to strengthening your magnetic field. Each act of gratitude adds another layer of energy to your aura until it glows with positivity and attracts circumstances, people, and resources aligned with abundance. Gratitude does not change the world outside of you immediately, but it changes the way you experience it, and by doing so, it transforms the world that comes to you. Negative self-talk weakens your attraction to success because it undermines the very foundation of confidence and belief that prosperity requires. Every thought carries energy, and when those thoughts are directed inward as criticism, doubt, or fear, they form an invisible barrier that repels opportunities rather than drawing them in. Success is attracted to those who believe in their own worth, who see themselves as capable of handling challenges and creating value. When the inner voice is filled with discouragement, it creates an aura of uncertainty that others can sense. People may not always know why they hesitate to trust or support someone, but often it is because the person's energy is clouded by self-doubt. The mind is like fertile soil, and negative self-talk plants seeds of limitation that quickly take root. Statements such as, "I'm not good enough, I always fail," or "I don't deserve success," become self-fulfilling prophecies. The subconscious mind accepts repeated thoughts as truth and shapes behavior to match them. A person who tells themselves they cannot succeed will unconsciously act in ways that prove themselves right. They may hesitate when opportunity knocks, sabotage their own progress, or shrink back from responsibility. Over time, this weakens their aura, and success, which thrives in the presence of confidence and clarity, naturally drifts toward others who radiate belief and readiness. Negative self-talk not only affects the individual, but also the way they interact with others. When you constantly criticize yourself internally, it often shows externally through body language, tone of voice, or hesitation in decision-making. Others pick up on this lack of assurance and may doubt your abilities, even if you have the skills. Opportunities tend to bypass those who project uncertainty because success looks for stability and strength. In contrast, when the inner voice is supportive, encouraging, and focused on growth, it radiates outward as confidence, drawing others toward collaboration, trust, and investment. The danger of negative self-talk lies in its subtlety. It often disguises itself as realism or humility, but in truth it drains energy and lowers vibration. The aura becomes weak, fragmented, and inconsistent, repelling success just as a magnet with reversed polarity pushes away metal. To strengthen attraction, one must deliberately train the inner voice to support growth. This does not mean ignoring mistakes or challenges, but speaking to oneself with encouragement, seeing setbacks as lessons rather than failures, and affirming one's ability to improve. Over time, these positive thoughts rewire the subconscious, creating a powerful magnetism that aligns with success, replacing negative self-talk with constructive dialogue is one of the most effective ways to shift energy. When you say, "I can learn," "I am capable," or "I deserve to succeed," you are not pretending, you are planting seeds of possibility. Each supportive thought strengthens your aura, radiating confidence that attracts opportunity. Just as people are drawn to light over darkness, success is drawn to those whose inner voice fuels them instead of limiting them. The stronger your inner dialogue becomes, the stronger your aura grows, and with it, your power to attract the success you seek. Discipline is the polish that makes your aura shine, because it is the steady force that transforms potential into power and dreams into tangible reality. Your aura is the invisible field that reflects your inner state, and while confidence and clarity may ignite its glow, discipline keeps it radiant and consistent. Without discipline, energy is scattered, intentions fade, and the aura weakens under the weight of inconsistency. With discipline, every thought, action, and habit aligns with purpose, and the aura shines brightly, projecting strength, reliability, and focus that others can sense immediately. Discipline is not about restriction, it is about alignment. It is the daily choice to act in accordance with your highest goals rather than your passing moods. Each time you honor a commitment, wake up early to pursue your vision, or resist the temptation to procrastinate, you polish your aura a little more. People notice the difference between someone who talks about dreams and someone who consistently works toward them. The latter radiates an energy of dependability, an aura that inspires trust, and it is this trust that draws opportunity and prosperity closer. Discipline turns intention into evidence, and evidence strengthens energy. The aura reflects patterns, not occasional bursts of effort. One inspired day of work will not carry the same glow as weeks and months of disciplined focus. The consistency of effort builds momentum, and momentum radiates as confidence others can feel. Employers, partners, and investors are attracted to those who embody discipline because they know such individuals will follow through. A disciplined aura communicates reliability, and reliability is magnetic in a world where many give up too soon. The stronger your habits, the stronger your aura, and the more naturally you attract success. Discipline also shapes the way you handle challenges. When difficulties arise, an undisciplined mind becomes chaotic, but a disciplined one remains steady, and that steadiness radiates outward. People are drawn to those who maintain composure under pressure, and this composure comes only through the repeated practice of discipline. Each time you train your mind and body to persist despite discomfort, you reinforce the strength of your aura. The polish comes not from easy victories, but from daily effort in the face of resistance. Over time, this effort builds a glow that no one can ignore. Most importantly, discipline frees you from the illusion of chance. When you are disciplined, you no longer wait for luck or external motivation. You create your own momentum, your own opportunities, and your own wealth. This self-directed energy radiates outward, and others are drawn to it because it reflects mastery. Your aura shines not because you wished for it, but because you earned it through consistent action. Just as a craftsman polishes a stone until it glimmers, discipline polishes your character, your habits, and your energy until you radiate an aura that attracts abundance naturally. Surroundings shape energy. Choose wisely, because the environment you live and move in is constantly influencing your thoughts, emotions, and actions in ways you may not even realize. Every place carries its own atmosphere, every group of people radiates its own collective energy, and your aura absorbs and reflects what you expose it to. When you spend time in environments filled with negativity, disorder, or complacency, that energy seeps into your being, weakening your focus and dimming the light of your aura. But when you choose surroundings that inspire growth, discipline, and positivity, your energy strengthens, and your aura radiates a powerful force that naturally attracts success. Your surroundings are not limited to physical spaces, they include the people you allow close to you. Friends, colleagues, and family members each contribute to the energy that surrounds you, and their influence can either elevate you or hold you back. If you associate with people who constantly complain, doubt, or settle for mediocrity, their energy will drag you into the same pattern. Over time, your aura mirrors theirs, weakening your attraction to prosperity. On the other hand, when you surround yourself with individuals who challenge you to improve, who celebrate progress, and who embody ambition and gratitude, your energy begins to align with theirs. Their drive fuels your own, their optimism lifts your spirit, and your aura becomes a reflection of growth and possibility. The environment you create within your personal space is equally important. A cluttered, chaotic room can cloud your mind, while an organized, clean, and intentional space promotes clarity and focus. Your physical surroundings send signals to your subconscious about what you value. A workspace filled with distractions communicates confusion, while a space dedicated to productivity strengthens discipline and order. Over time, the energy of your environment becomes inseparable from the energy of your aura, because the two feed each other continuously. By shaping your surroundings with intention, you take control of the energy you radiate. Technology and media also form part of your environment. The books you read, the shows you watch, the music you listen to, and the conversations you engage in all influence the frequency of your energy. Feeding your mind with negativity or triviality lowers your vibration, while filling it with wisdom, inspiration, and truth raises it. The aura thrives on what the mind consumes, and just as a diet affects the body, the information you absorb affects the energy you project. Choosing wisely means filtering what you allow into your awareness, because every input shapes the output of your aura. Ultimately, your surroundings are like soil to a seed. A seed planted in barren ground cannot flourish, but one planted in rich soil grows strong and abundant. You are that seed, and your aura is the life that extends from you. By choosing your surroundings carefully, people, spaces, habits, and influences, you cultivate an environment that nourishes your energy, allowing your aura to shine brightly and draw prosperity naturally. Service to others enriches your own field of abundance, because giving creates a flow of energy that always returns multiplied. When you extend your talents, resources, or time to uplift someone else, you are not diminishing your own supply. You are expanding it. The act of service polishes your aura, strengthening its magnetic pull and aligning it with the principle that abundance is meant to circulate. Prosperity is not a stagnant possession but a living current, and service is the channel through which it flows. Those who withhold or live only for themselves shrink their field, but those who serve radiate an energy that calls more opportunities, connections, and blessings into their lives. Every act of service plants a seed in the soil of the universe, and though the harvest may not come immediately, it always comes. When you help someone solve a problem, offer encouragement, or provide value, you add richness to their life. In return, you strengthen your own aura, because energy given freely with sincerity multiplies. People are drawn to those who give without calculation, and wealth gravitates toward those who create genuine value. History shows that the most prosperous individuals were those who discovered how to serve others on a larger scale, because abundance responds to contribution. To enrich another's life is to enrich your own, for the aura grows brighter with every act of generosity. Service also shifts your perspective from scarcity to abundance. When you focus only on yourself, your energy contracts, and your aura reflects limitation. But when you extend beyond your personal needs to consider the needs of others, your energy expands, and with it, your field of attraction. Gratitude deepens when you see the impact of your service, and gratitude itself magnifies the strength of your aura. Serving others reminds you that wealth is not merely money but influence, kindness, wisdom, and growth. This realization transforms the way you approach life and empowers you to draw greater prosperity, because you no longer chase it from a place of lack. You embody it through giving. The beauty of service is that it creates networks of trust and goodwill. A person who consistently gives value becomes magnetic, attracting relationships, opportunities, and resources that money alone cannot buy. People want to support those who uplift them, and doors often open for those who have opened doors for others. Service builds invisible bridges, and those bridges become pathways through which abundance travels. It is not manipulation but natural reciprocity, the universal law that what you sow is what you reap. The aura of a person who serves shines brightly because it carries the frequency of generosity, and that frequency resonates with prosperity itself. To serve does not always mean grand gestures, even small acts strengthen your aura. A kind word, a helping hand, or a moment of patience all contribute to your field of abundance. Over time, the accumulation of service radiates outward, making your aura magnetic to wealth, success, and fulfillment. Service transforms the energy around you, enriches your spirit, and creates a current of prosperity that flows back in greater measure than you first gave. Consistency transforms invisible energy into visible wealth because it bridges the gap between intention and manifestation. Ideas, dreams, and visions are powerful, but without steady action they remain intangible. Energy in the form of thought and desire must be channeled through repeated, disciplined effort to take shape in the material world. Each small, consistent step acts as a thread, weaving together a fabric strong enough to hold prosperity. Without consistency, even the most brilliant energy dissipates into scattered attempts, but with it, the aura becomes a steady beacon that attracts opportunities and converts potential into tangible results. Wealth is not created by occasional bursts of inspiration, but by the daily habits that accumulate into extraordinary outcomes. Just as water shapes rock through constant flow, consistent effort shapes destiny. When you commit to showing up every day, your aura communicates reliability, and reliability is magnetic. Employers, clients, and partners trust those who are consistent because they can be counted on. That trust becomes opportunity, and opportunity becomes wealth. The invisible energy of discipline, repeated without fail, eventually crystallizes into visible achievements that others recognize and reward. Consistency also amplifies momentum. A single act may go unnoticed, but repeated acts build power. Much like a snowball rolling downhill grows larger and faster. The aura of a consistent person carries a force that is unmistakable because it radiates perseverance and focus. Others sense this and are drawn to align with it. Success is not an overnight event, but the visible accumulation of invisible discipline applied day after day. Each repetition adds strength to the magnetic field of your aura, making it more powerful and more attractive to prosperity. Another way consistency transforms energy into wealth is by building mastery. Skills are not developed in a moment, but through repeated practice. Each time you return to the work, you refine your craft, sharpen your abilities, and increase your value. The world rewards value, and consistency is the tool that forges it. A person who practices a skill daily for years develops a glow of competence and confidence that cannot be faked. That glow strengthens the aura, and wealth naturally gravitates toward it because people are willing to exchange resources for proven mastery. Consistency turns the invisible potential of talent into the visible reality of success. The magnetic field of your aura thrives on rhythm. Inconsistency weakens it, creating gaps in your energy, but consistency builds a stable vibration that others trust. It is the difference between a flickering light and a steady flame. People gather around the flame because it provides warmth and reliability. Likewise, wealth gathers around those whose aura signals steady action. By being consistent, you transform your inner energy into a signal that prosperity cannot ignore. Over time, the invisible thoughts and intentions you carry manifest outward as visible wealth, proving that persistence and discipline are the true engines of attraction. We attract not what we want, but what we are. This truth explains why so many people chase desires yet fail to see them materialize. Wanting alone has no magnetic power, because desire without transformation is only a fleeting wish. What draws opportunity, success, and wealth is not the longing but the alignment between who you are within and the results you seek without. Life responds to identity, not to fantasy. If you wish for abundance but live in fear and lack, your aura radiates scarcity, and scarcity repels prosperity. If you wish for love but carry bitterness, your energy contradicts your desire, and the contradiction blocks attraction. Only by becoming the embodiment of what you seek do you create the conditions for it to come naturally into your life. The aura is a mirror of character. Thoughts, beliefs, habits, and emotions all weave together to form the energy you project, and that energy silently communicates to the world who you truly are. This is why people can sense authenticity and why opportunities are drawn to those who have prepared themselves inwardly. A person who wants wealth but is careless, undisciplined, and negative will repel it, while someone who cultivates discipline, gratitude, and vision, even before wealth arrives, radiates a field that wealth cannot resist. The difference lies not in wanting but in being. The inner state is always the magnet, and the outer reality is the reflection. Consider the farmer who wants a harvest. Wishing for crops without planting seeds or nurturing the soil will never bring food to the table. The farmer must embody diligence, patience, and consistency. He must become the kind of person who prepares the land and tends it daily. Only then does the harvest appear. In the same way, success and wealth do not come to those who merely desire them, but to those who transform themselves into people capable of receiving and sustaining them. To attract abundance, you must live in alignment with the qualities abundance requires: responsibility, resilience, clarity, and generosity. The law is clear: we attract not what we want, but what we are. This principle also explains why inner transformation is the most effective path to outer change. A person who shifts from complaining to gratitude, from procrastination to discipline, from fear to confidence, begins to radiate an entirely different energy. That energy alters how others perceive them, how opportunities arise, and how wealth flows. The external world mirrors the internal world, and no amount of desire alone can bypass that law. This is why those who grow themselves often seem lucky to others when in reality, they have simply become the type of person their dreams are drawn to. Attraction is not about force or pursuit, it is about resonance, and resonance is born from identity. To change what you attract, you must change who you are, because in the end, life gives back not what you wish for, but the reflection of what you embody. Wealth, success, and abundance are never accidents of luck, but the natural outcomes of who we choose to become. Your aura, the invisible field of energy shaped by your thoughts, habits, and actions, is the true magnet of prosperity. Gratitude strengthens it, discipline polishes it, clarity sharpens it, and service expands it. Negative self-talk clouds it, poor surroundings weaken it, and inconsistency dims it. The truth is timeless: we do not attract what we merely want, but what we are. When you align your inner life with the qualities of abundance, confidence, gratitude, service, consistency, and discipline, your aura radiates with such strength that wealth cannot help but be drawn toward you. The call is simple and direct: train your aura, for in mastering yourself, you master the very force that shapes your destiny. So today begin. Straighten your thoughts, strengthen your habits, guard your environment, radiate gratitude, and above all, cultivate service, for the aura you train will decide the wealth you attract. This is Earl Nightingale, reminding you that your future is not written by chance, but by the energy you radiate each day. Right now, pause and take one small action to train your aura. Write down 3 things you're grateful for, decide on one habit of discipline you will practice today, and smile with confidence. Because from this moment forward, you are not chasing wealth, you are attracting it.